All right, in this video we're going to do a frame for a window. Actually, scratch that. We're going to do a frame for a door. So, door and window are very similar, but the door is just a little bit simpler. So we're going to do the door first, and then later we'll do one with a window. All right, so for all of the walls that I'm asking you guys to draw, you folks to draw, what I would like you to do is from the top, I want you to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And that's where the top of your window is going to be. Now, if you take your scale and you measure, if you did your wall correctly, this should be 7 feet from the very bottom. All right? If you use a regular inch ruler, this is going to be 7 inches from the very bottom. So that's where the bottom of your header is going to be and the top of your window or door. This will always be the same height. So when you're sticking a window or door in, really you just want to put it wherever. It doesn't matter where it's going to be because it's not going to affect any of our stud spacings down here at the bottom. We're just going to stick it in where we want it to go. So I want a 3-foot wide door, 4 feet from one of the walls. That sounds good to me. And I'm just going to use my regular ruler here because I'm just measuring whole feet, so that should be pretty easy. So I already know where my 7-foot mark is. And I said I want it to be 4 feet from the one side, so right there. And I would like the opening to be 3 feet, 3 feet wide. So I'm going to go down here to 7. I'm going to mark that. Now, for a door, it's just going to go all the way down to the bottom. It's pretty straightforward. If it was a window, we would measure down for how tall the window is and mark the bottom of the window, and then we know where the hole is going to be for the window. So as far as the framing goes, what I just drew here is the top of the door frame. So I'm going to fill this in a little bit. Make it nice and dark. Actually, I'm going to grab my pen. That's going to make it a little bit darker for you. All right. So, get that nice and lined up. So as I said before, the bottom plate's actually going to get cut out of here eventually. But for now, we can just leave it there. It's not a big deal. So my header is going to reach past the opening by 1 block. So I'm just going to extend this over a little bit right to there. And I'm going to extend the other side over a little bit right to there. So that's how long my header is going to be. My header is going to be 2 inches longer on this side, 2 inches longer on that side, so that I can stick a jack stud right here. So this column will become the jack stud. This column will become the other jack stud. So the jack studs are going right up against the opening for the door. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. I'm actually going to fill this line in at the top, and that's going to mark the end of the header. And then the line here at the bottom is my jack stud. That didn't color very good there. Pen's not working the best. So now we have our header, we have our jack studs, we need king studs to help support the jack studs. So that is just one more block over on the outside of our opening, right next to our jack stud. And now you have a door frame. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go back through, and wherever your 16-inch spaces are, you're going to add your studs in everywhere except for where that opening for the door is. And you can even erase the sole plate here at the bottom. So I would bring my sole plate over until it reaches the bottom of the jack stud. So your sole plate is going to go all the way underneath the jack and the king. And that's a door frame. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and draw in the rest of these studs. So I already spaced them out and marked them when I did the previous drawing, which was just our plain wall. For your plain wall, I want you to have all of your studs drawn in, not just marked, but actually drawn in. And then when you do your door wall, it's going to look just like this. And if we have time, we may even come back and add a window into this later. Happy drawing!